Hi, Scorpio. Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys? I miss you. Miss my fellow Scorps. What have you guys been up to during all of the craziness? Scorpio. Scorpio can see the irony of all. Scorpio can see the irony in everything, but it doesn't necessarily make it any better, though, does it? It's just like, how disappointing is humanity sometimes, I swear. How disappointing. Scorpio's just sitting back like, what a bunch of idiots. What is going on? What is wrong with people? Yeah. That's all right, though. You guys get it. I don't see, in the month of June, I don't see it really like deterring what Scorpio has in mind or what they're working towards. Scorpio's got the willpower to stay focused and determined on their goals, even when everything else is falling apart around them. In fact, it might even encourage you more. So, what in June, Scorpio? What is it that would make you feel better, would make you feel grounded, would make you feel secure, right? And if you don't know for sure, this is the perfect month to really come to some final analysis of exactly what that is and exactly what it's going to take to get there, right? Or at least come up with the initial plan of moving in that direction. Let's see what we have for the month of June. Okay, first card out is the Seven of Swords. Underneath that, we have the Lovers. Next, we have the Knight of Swords. Underneath that, we have the Five of Rods. Next, we have the Moon card. And underneath that, we have the Knight of Rods. Wow, Scorpio. I know I'm doing like a Scorpio reading when it comes out all freaking intense. Seriously? All right, just give me a sec, okay? Give me a sec. Okay. Scorpio, you have some type of clarification coming in the month of June or there and abouts, okay? Maybe you're already aware of it. There's, with the Seven of Swords, there's some type of manipulation and deception going on, all right? Whether this, is something that you're doing or it's being done to you, there's some type of manipulation and deception going on. Underneath that, you have the Lover's card, okay? So this could be in regards to, a relationship that you're in or were in, right? The Lover's card also could be like could be making a decision in regards to, to where to take this, right? Next, you have the Knight of Swords, which is the information coming in, right? Or the information has come in, or you've learned about this. This might have already been something that has already transpired, to tell you the truth, Scorpio. with all of these, eclipses coming in the month of June and all of these planets going retrograde, this is giving a lot of time for people to ponder and think. There's some type of situation, either, in the present or the past, that has come in, and you have been forced to acknowledge that someone was deceptive towards you. That someone didn't have, they were putting themselves and their own needs above yours. And there's a feeling to me that it could have been, or is a romantic situation, right? This was definitely someone that was not on the same page as you, and they were someone who was looking out for their own benefit. And there's some type of clarification coming in about that, right? The Knight of Swords is that quick moving clarification. Information coming in at a fast pace that says, hey, this is what's going on. Underneath that, we have the Five of Rods. This is the card of, like, I call this the card of, like, petty arguments, right? All the tit for tats, right? Well, you this and you that, and it's almost a little bit, it's almost a little bit childish in a way, it's competitive, right? It's the card of competitiveness, right? So it might be kind of some type of situation where someone's not even willing to acknowledge the part that they played in what happened, right? You get information, you find out about someone being deceptive or not being honest with you, and you're forced to make a decision in regards to the relationship. And it could be that this person is not willing or was not willing to fess up and take responsibility for it, right? It's just a back and forth. Yeah, because when someone deceives you or someone does you wrong, you would like them to acknowledge it. At least acknowledge it. At least say, yeah, I did do that, right? But you might not get that. That's so frustrating. Oh my gosh. It's so frustrating, isn't it? Right? When Scorpio feels like there is an injustice that's been done. And, and you don't have someone that accepts it. Someone that just says, yeah, you're right, I did do that, right? Because they're not man enough or they're not woman enough to fess up and just acknowledge it and apologize for it, or whatever the case. It's frustrating. Next you have the moon card. All right. This is a major arcana, so it's a major theme in your life right now in the month of June, and it's all about not being able to really see things clearly. It's also about, because you can't see things clearly at night, you only have the illumination of the moon. It's also a lot about trusting your intuition. And Scorpios, man, we've got intuition, right? You're being asked in the month of June, Scorpio, to take a look at this difficult situation. And even if someone's not willing to fess up to something that they've done that you've found out about, even if someone's not willing to, come out of it and say, yes, because I'm not really getting that here. I'm getting kind of like a back and forth, type of petty stuff. And it's, you just want the truth. You just want the truth, and you want to hear it from them. You want to hear it from them. And it might cause a little bit of, delusion, Scorpio, because you're not sure, like, what to believe. Like, you've heard, like, but I mean, again, the moon card is asking you to, what's your gut feeling? What is your gut feeling about this? Do you feel like this is someone that you can remain connected to, or that this is a situation that you want to continue forward with? What is your gut telling you? Because sometimes we're not going to be able to see everything clearly, right? But something, some type of information, some type of communication, something's coming in or has come in to let you know that this was not a good situation, that this was someone who was thinking about themselves, someone who was manipulating, someone who was using you to their own advantage. And it's really about, this could even be someone who's like, no, I didn't, that's not true, blah blah blah, and kind of combative. And but it's really important in the month of June, Scorpio, that you really use that gut feeling, really use that intuition to tell you what you need to do, where you need to go moving forward. Because underneath the moon, and I feel like you will have this in the month of June. I feel like you'll have that clarity that you need, right? Because you're going to follow your gut, you're going to follow that your intuition, and you're going to be able to swiftly and quickly make a decision. With the Knight of Rods, the rods are action cards. The Knight of Rods is known for charging into battle. He doesn't even wait. So if you feel like there's kind of like a stagnancy going on with this situation, Scorpio, it is, you're making the decision one way or another by the end of June or thereabouts. You're clear about it, you're focused about it, and you're taking action on it. You are taking action with the Knight of Rods. You're no longer willing to deal with the back and forths and the pettiness and the squabbles. You're taking action one way or another. You'll be making a decision in regards to this situation, and that decision will solely be based on your intuition. It should be solely based on your intuition. And Scorpios have a tendency of doing this because we are analytical, right? We're analytical, we're investigators, we like to dig into every little thing, but you might not get all the answers you're seeking for complete clarity in this situation. There are some things that are unknown. There are some things that you don't understand. You might not understand someone's motive for doing something like this. Why would they even do that? Right? And this is what we tend to do. We overanalyze and we try to make sense of it. And the bottom line is, Scorpio, what is your gut telling you? That's what you're going to have to go by. And you guys will be making a quick decision in or about the end of June, thereabouts. This situation will be done either way. Interesting. Very interesting. And again, this could be an energy that you were even, it's still been bothering you from the past, right? Everybody always talks about how, Scorpios can cut people off right away. Yeah, we can. We can physically cut someone off right away, but that doesn't mean that we're not still hurting. That doesn't mean that we're not still thinking about it, right? So to everybody else, it appears that it's so easy for us to just cut people off and let go and move on. That's not necessarily the case. That might be the case for Scorpio if you never really cared about this person, or if it wasn't that deep of an emotional investment for you. But I guarantee when Scorpio makes an emotional investment in a relationship with someone, and that person does you wrong, yes, physically you can make the decision to tell them to go take a freaking hike, right? Because we have the willpower to be able to do that. So to other people, it looks like, oh, we're just over it and we're moving on. Not necessarily. The worst thing that you can do is waste a Scorpio's time. Waste their emotions, waste the investment that they put into something. And man, can we hold on to grudges. But if we feel like you are not good for us, or you're a deceiver, or we can no longer trust you, yeah, you're out. You are out. And yes, it may take us a little bit of time to get over it and to fully move on and to be ready to take a risk again with someone else who might be capable of doing that to us. But, there comes a point when Scorpio is just not willing to waste any more time or to put any more effort into someone who's not willing to give that themselves, right? Let's see what advice we have. What spiritual guidance do we have in the month of June, Scorpio? Dearest you, as you think, so will you experience life. Thoughts are that powerful, and they need minding. Let the unruly, chaotic ones settle down so that they serve you or get released instead of wreaking havoc. These thoughts arise when connected to the energy of fear and often masquerade as truth. Yet the real truth is that essentially all is well. Of course, you have thoughts that are positive, strong, organized, accepting, creative, open, and so on. Those are the ones we want you to keep thinking, and they have less frantic quality. They're stimulating in a good way and don't get away from you. How do you keep an inner eye on your thoughts? Meditate and leave judgment out of the mix. Everyone has those fearful thoughts. Love them, love yourself, and then choose the thoughts you want the world to reflect back. Life is not as hard as you think. Loving you so much. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is, asking you again not to get so stuck up in here in the month of June, Scorpio. This is really about going with your gut and your feelings and your intuitions and letting that guide you, okay? Because if there's negative things going on up here, then that will consume you, that will overcome you. And Scorpio knows that. Scorpio knows that better than most, right? We understand what kind of toxicity this creates when we have too much going on up here, how it affects us health wise, how it affects us emotionally if we can't stop, right? If, like I said, if we're just continuing to rack our brain trying to figure it out, and why this, and why would they do that, and playing detective when we need to be here. This is where our grounding is, Scorpio. This is where just what we know. And what we know, what we should know, and this is another thing to take a look at too, especially this month, Scorpio, with all of these eclipses going on and retrogrades, a really good time for self-reflection. So ask yourself, if someone did you wrong, instead of trying to figure out what went wrong and where and how they deceived you and what their motivations were, think to yourself, feel within yourself, what is it about this situation that makes me feel uneasy, and how can I avoid this situation going forward, right? And I'm pausing because Scorpio's seen the red flags. Didn't you? Didn't you? Maybe not completely, right? But you knew something was wrong. You knew something was off. We can be really hard on ourselves, right? And oh man, yes, this person is like a scumbag, and they used manipulation, and all of these things that they did were wrong, but I should have caught that. I should have known better. Okay. Well, this month, then you're being able to follow that intuition a little bit more so that next time maybe you'll pay more attention to those red flags if there should be any, right? What is it that makes you feel secure in a relationship, Scorpio, versus the things that don't, right? What are those things that trigger mistrust in you or that set off those little red flags? This is a good month to reflect on that and to really center yourself and ground yourself and think about what your core values are. What are your core values? What is true to you? What is essential to you? What is absolutely necessary to you? That's what you should be looking for in a partnership and absolutely nothing less, period. Because you can't. I mean, here's the thing. When Scorpio becomes invested in a relationship, they give 110%. So you need to be with a partner who's willing to give 110%. No less, Scorpio. You shouldn't be dealing with anyone who offers anything less. You deserve a partner that is the type of partner that you're capable of being. All right? You guys will get through this. I know it's hard and it's a situation, especially if it's happened to you more than once. But you'll get through it. You'll get some clarity. You'll cut to the quick. And anything that is not working for you, anybody that can't be trusted, anybody that's bringing you down or is less than you is gone. Gone in the month of June. I mean, we have too many good things for us, and in Scorpio, quite frankly, you're too good for that. All right. I don't even need to tell you that. You already know. All right. Mwah. I love you. I'll see you next time.